Hi everybody, I'm here to report on yesterday's shocking 2-0 defeat of Rangers by Hibs at Ibrox. I was actually looking forward to going to this game. Nothing at stake, doesn't matter. Play a weakened team. The results irrelevant as long as nobody gets injured, and we can look forward to Thursday's game against Bilbao with the best squad possible, apart from obviously Suter and Diomande, who are suspended. And who could have guessed that I was there to observe, if that's the correct word, history being made? I didn't think that would be the case. Unfortunately, it was negative history. The first time Rangers have lost 5 consecutive games at home in what, 153 years nearly. Absolutely disgraceful. And I remember the criticism in the 90s when Walter Smith was manager and we lost 3 games at home in a row, and the fans were going ballistic. And actually, the 3 games that we lost, one was against Celtic in the league, one was a Champions League qualifier against AEK Athens, and the other was a League Cup game. I think it was Falkirk beat us. And the outrage that poured down on Walter Smith and co. That week, it was all in a week. I think it was 2 Saturdays and a Wednesday or something. So 3 games lost at home in a week, and the outpouring of outrage was absolutely unbelievable. And yet here we are, 5 home games in a row lost, 1 goal scored, 9 against, and not against your Celtics or your European teams. Queen's Park, St Mirren, Motherwell, Hibs, unbelievable. That I heard somebody saying on the radio coming back from the match. I heard them saying they were watching the worst Rangers team in history in the early 80s. So was I. And even in those days, Rangers didn't lose 3 home games in a row, never mind 5. And that was the ultimate worst Rangers team ever. That was the pits as far as we were concerned. So it shows you just how bad this Rangers team is and their mentality. They've probably got 3 managers sacked now, most of them, and yet nothing changes. And okay, we shouldn't blame one person, but it doesn't help when your captain is Tavernier, slouching and trundling about the park, no inspiration, no energy, no effort to get other people playing. You're up against it if that's your captain. No wonder the various managers have got the sack. You need a different type of captain when you've got a group of players like this mob. So now that doesn't help. He had another shocker of a game, obviously. I expected, as I said earlier, to have a weakened team out, but no. It just shows you once again managers know nothing. Biggest game of the season coming up on Thursday, and he played his strongest team apart from Balogun and Proper, who are going to have to play on Thursday night. So the only reason they were forgiven playing in this match was because they have to be playing on Thursday night. But apart from that, all the usual suspects played and played as if it didn't really matter very much. And as I said before the game, if I was a Hibs manager and I saw the Rangers team coming in, I'd be saying to my players, get stuck into them, hassle them, get stuck in, throw yourselves into everything. They'll be jumping out of tackles, they'll be trying to avoid injury. They know there's a bigger game coming up on Thursday. They don't care about us. So just get stuck in. And that's what they did. They played well enough. I mean, they didn't threaten us that much, but they passed it about nicely. They got stuck in. They put their bodies on the line when they had to. They fell over, writhing in agony when they had to as well, when nothing had actually happened. So they did their part. They got a couple of breaks with the goals, and you could say they deserved to win. I mean, to sum it up, if we are throwing goals in at one end and not putting them in at the other end, you're not going to beat anybody, even in this league. And that's what we've been doing for too often in the last few games, anyhow. Certainly all 5 at home. If I was thinking of the team as a whole, best player I thought was probably Sterling. I thought Connor Barron was actually one of the best of the rest. Suter was okay, but Sterling actually got stuck in. He threw himself into everything. He tried to get first every ball. Suter played his normal game. He wasn't up against much, actually. So the two central defenders were actually okay. The rest of the defence was terrible. Barron was the best of the midfielders because Diamandi and even Raskin had shockers. I mean, they were anonymous practically. And up front, Igaman, Halley got the ball and he didn't really do very much with it. And Drossers was Drossers. So if I just explain myself, the worst two men, the goalkeeper and Drossers. Goalkeeper threw in another goal 8 minutes into the game, a game we knew was going to be difficult because Hibs would be right up for it. A 25-yard shot through all the bodies. He had plenty of time to see it. I don't think you can blame that. And he dives, and I thought he'd saved it. Oh, to see it squirming past him and into the net. Unbelievable. Another shocker from Butland. He's not Super Jack any longer, so rest him, especially on Thursday. Get Liam Kelly in. He's an experienced goalkeeper. He couldn't be any worse. The other thing about Butland was his kicking is getting worse and worse. Alan McGregor's a goalkeeping coach. He couldn't kick a ball out either. So how's he going to coach the keepers into doing decent work with their feet and passing it to defenders, or even just lumping it up far enough so it doesn't go to an opponent straight away? Butland's kicking was shocking. He nearly caused another couple of goals with his pathetic passes out to guys under pressure from the opposition. So just drop him for Thursday at least and give Kelly a chance. Actually, Ned Kelly would be as well in goal compared to Butland right now. He's just got no confidence whatsoever. So he was the culprit at one end, and at the other end, you had Drossers in the first half. I think he had 4 or 5 decent chances. I think 3 of them didn't even go on target, that kind of thing. The goalie saved one with his feet, shouldn't have been anywhere near his feet, and 2 really good chances he put over the bar with only the goalie to beat inside the box. So that's just him all over. He shouldn't be playing up front. Igaman should be there with Danilo behind him or off him, trying to slip passes through to him or do 1-2s and give Igaman a chance to actually shoot the way Drossers obviously can't 9 times out of 10. So they were the big points of failure, but very few others made any difference. Bayrami, the empty jersey, was on as a sub. Why the manager brought him on, who knows? And he hit the bar when it was 1-0. Decent effort. Hit the bar, 1-0. We could have been equal at that point, but that's all he did. What was the point of bringing on like Finlay Curtis, 3 minutes to go, that kind of thing? It was just a shambles from start to finish. I'm trying to think. The 2 goals, I mean, I told you the first one, Butland practically throwing it in the net. The second goal, as soon as the Boyle ran onto it, I thought, oh, don't worry, he's offside, miles and miles offside. So I wasn't worried when the ball went in the net. Looked at the linesman, he put his flag up, well done guy, he was miles offside. Then when the VAR started, and the longer it took, the more you're thinking, oh, couldn't have been that miles offside, because it wouldn't be taking this long. And then when it was given, I thought that just sums up today. And when I've seen it since on TV, and just okay, it might have just been a foot, but Boyle was in his side of the park on the halfway line, and Sterling away on the other side. His foot, his heel was probably in our half of the park. Not that it mattered since the other guy wasn't in our half. But how he got a run from the right-hand side right through into the middle with nobody going with him. I think Diamandi was there. I don't know where Shefty was. That's who should have been marking him. But one wasn't even a good pass. It was meant to go right through the middle. It wasn't as if it was passed onto the path of Boyle. He ran diagonally across the park to go and latch onto the ball, which had come between Suter and Sterling, who had a huge gap between them. So there's no way it was a meant pass, but it ended up in the net anyhow, so it doesn't matter. Good on Boyle for being alert, timing his run perfectly, and then finishing. If we'd had a chance like that, we don't have anybody that would have put that in the net probably. Never mind latch onto a ball that wasn't even meant for you. So You got to give praise for Hibs. Good win for them. We were shocking. We're going to be up against the best team we've played all season on Thursday night. I hate to think what the pattern of play is going to be. I hate to think who'll be playing, and more or less, I hate to think what the end result will be. Onwards and upwards, hopefully.